Good timing, oh yes. Great timing. You lucky devil. This is worth 18 submarines. Come on, Mama, let the good times roll.
Teleport is not precise over great distances, so I might miss.
Oh, no, I don't have the teleport spell. No.
The targets appear at a distance from the intended destination equal to roughly 1% of the total distance traveled in a direction determined by the GM. For short journeys, this lack of precision is irrelevant, but for long distances, it could help. It could be up to 1 mile.
So, no, that doesn't I don't think that applies here. Right, like
Heightened at... If it's heightened at 7, I could go 1,000 miles. And then at 8th, I can go 1,000 miles. I arrive 10 miles off target.
Ugh.
It's just very erratic. And also, apparently, if I incorrect knowledge of the location's appearance can cause the spell to fail, it could also lead to teleporting to an unwanted location or some other unusual mishap. So I can't drink.
Which I've already failed today, then.
It's already started. Literally the first thing I did when I woke up here. Took a sip.
You woke up and your main thing was like, oh,
Man, I'm
my
thirsty.
everlasting tankard.
Thank God.
Glad this came with me. Somebody knows me who buried me.
And the decanter. Perfect.
So are we gonna do anything to prepare for him?
I got the rope and I got the spells. I can pull out. Let's see. So rope in one hand, fire staff in the other.
And okay, so how are you
Choice is
gonna use
yours.
What?
I got ideas.
You could do this the easy way with my rope or the hard way with the stick.
Well,
Choice is
apparently, I mean,
yours.
I could distract him, and you guys can assault him while he's distracted, maybe. But he's not very interested in me.
Insult him. You gotta show up and be like, oh, look at me. And they're just like, oh, look at the old fuck. You don't even know how to drive a boat, do you?
You're like, what are you doing? You told us to insult him.
No, assault. Assault.
Slurring my words. I could also telepathic maneuver objects, so I could just take away the ore, maybe. Not that it matters because the boat drives its fucking self.
I was about to say, I think the
Yeah.
war is part of the boat.
Or not. Or that's how he keeps the image that he's the one doing it. I don't know. You can try doing that.
Firewall. So he can't swim.
Oh, Jesus.
He said it
How
can't
about
be
we just
destroyed.
talk to him first?
He doesn't talk back.
We'll tell him that Hades
The
wants
jig
him.
is up.
Fine. The good nature will talk first. I'll say, listen, come with us or die. And then that's the end of that conversation. Or I could just do it more polite manner. Be like, Karen, I need you to work with me because I need you to do something.
Yeah, just tell him that Hades wants to speak with him.
Hades wants to talk to you.
And then we'll see how he reacts.
He probably just he'll just, I don't know, speedster
Confront him
off in the boat.
first. All right. We can at least confront him justfully and give him
Suddenly-
a chance to turn himself in.
Suddenly we learn the boat has an engine after he hears that.
I'm about to say, I could teleport us onto the boat.
I was like, I can already
we just-
teleport and strike at the same time, so I can take
Oh.
care of myself. So
Can't we just jump on the boat? Do we
Oh,
really need to
fine.
teleport?
We wait until he gets here. And then we jump on the boat.
Rope in hand.
Rope in hand.
So you don't have to wait very long before he comes hurrying along.
Felt like a long time.
It felt like a fucking half an hour of you guys figuring out something when really it was a couple of minutes. He just comes ferrying along like a boatload of more shades. A lot of them look really familiar from the battle you were in earlier. It's
hey,
weird.
it's the next wave of people who died after us.
Did we win?
Did we win? Don't know.
Spartacus, good to see you.
They're all Bardicus.
They're all Barnacus.
They're all Spartacus.
I'm Bardicus. I'm Bardicus.
So So yeah, like a boat pulls up to the dock, similar as it did for you guys. Souls all start hopping off of it. Karen has somewhat a look of the closest thing you could find is bewilderment, with as emotionless as his face is, as to why there are people waiting on the dock on this side.
Yeah. Well, I walk up to the boat, put 2 copper in his hands.
You had two.
Get
You
on
had 2 more copper?
I mean, I got all kinds of money.
That's true.
I
don't know
put
if
2
I'll-
silver in his hands.
He's not putting his hand forth at this dock. He's just pulls up and then just looking very confused.
Should we just ask him?
Tell him that Hades wants to speak with him.
Karen, Hades wants to talk to you. Will you get off the boat for like 10 minutes?
Give me a diplomacy.
Yeah, you can do this.
18 couldn't do anything. 14 plus 28 is... Hold on, let me look at my actual skill.
42?
That's still...
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So it all sounds good, but if people scale with us, then it's really irrelevant.
So you say that to him, and he kind of looks on your face and then looks at the other two, and immediately the boat sort of lurches upwards as he as he does some motion with the oar, and a large wave from the river seems to overtake the dock as he goes straight back the other fucking way.
The other way.
No.
God damn it!
So he starts going back up the river
Hit the teleport!
at quite a clip.
So you can teleport us with... And
So we couldn't get on the boat in time?
Probably
Damn.
not, especially now that
thought
it
that's
has...
the first thing.
It has apparently 40 horsepower on it.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is that a horse has like 12 horsepower. It's not a joke.
So if it's pregnant, does it have 24?
No.
Oh, sorry. A horse has 15 horsepower.
Okay. Well,
Does a man have 1 horsepower?
I don't think so.
He's like, I'm going to look it up, though. Horsepower of a man. Is not as easy to find.
So a horsepower is essentially 745 watts of energy.
He's like, I gotta know.
And a human typically produces 1.2 horsepower
Okay, cool.
for very brief periods. Trained athletes have been able to generate up to 2.5 horsepower.
Wow.
Everyone on the horse. How much can the horse take?
I don't know.
What, 20 bulk?
Do we have to deal with that wave coming at us?
So the wave overtakes the dock. Give me a reflex save.
That's pretty decent. 34.
$39.
I just need a calculator. This is too much. 42.
Yeah, so you're all well and reflexive enough to, as the wave overtakes, immediately jump back onto the rock to not get hit by the river.
Okay.
But you do notice as he is going, with the way that he's going, the river is creating a noticeable wave underneath him to where he's raised up much higher than normal
Uh-huh.
on the river.
Okay. So Leah, you can teleport us to him?
Yeah, but it might miss and we could fall in the water. I don't know if that's the best idea. I kind of remember what it looks like on the boat, but then it could be like, what? How many other boats are out here that I
Can
end
you
up
remember
on?
what it looked like on the other dock?
Yeah, I guess we could teleport back to the temple and hopefully not land in the water.
It's like far away from the water.
And how far away is he at this point?
At this point, 40, 50 yards, he's going.
Yards?
Yes.
Holy shit, that's far.
Sounds like he's out of sight. Like, because they said there was a corner. Like, we were on a corner.
Like, he's buzzed away and he has started to, like, go back around.
But it loops around the palace, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna come. So he could come back around to where we could see. No.
No. So, like, you guys are sort of, like, in a pool at the end.
Oh wait, no. Okay. I think I can see. I think I can visualize what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast telepathic bond in case we get separated.
Okay. Yeah, that's about what I started to visualize. Yeah.
We're going on a hunt.
Are we now? All right.
How do I...
I'm gonna go ahead and use my, what is this? My Soul Forger dedication and create a Warhammer.
Can you create a boat?
No,
not
no,
a
I
boat.
cannot create a
Alright.
boat. Even if I did have,
Right, yeah.
even if I had a folding boat, the river Styx would destroy it. Because even Hades said it took him a long time to be able to craft a boat that could withstand the river Styx.
Okay. It's got a nice little touch thing where you press it and it fades away, so you know you used it.
That's pretty nice.
And because the weapon has the planar pain ability, I'm going to set it to do lawful damage.
Ooh, no.
Okay.
And I guess we'll teleport back to the beginning.
Okay, so it's
Back to the pile.
all right. So what do you have to do? You have to roll something?
I don't think so. It's really up to Jake how this works well.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but he will be back, right? Or what if the next time the boat comes back, it'd have to be empty, right?
We
'Cause,
don't
like,
know, but my plan is to teleport there, disguise ourselves as regular shades, and get on the boat.
Oh, do you have a way to disguise this?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, all right, cool.
I was about to say I could put the invisible sphere on us
Uh-huh.
so that we could show up invisible, but if you want us to show up
But
disguised,
once
we
we're
can do
on
that.
that boat, I'm gonna rope him,
Okay.
hog tie him, put panties on him.
So how do you disguise this?
So let me just say, do I need to do anything special for teleport? Do you believe my character remembers the beginning location of where they were in the Temple of Karen?
I feel like it'd be a lasting impression. The place you woke up dead.
Uh-huh.
Not because you weren't on the dock when we woke up. I mean,
So you remember the location that you would like to go to.
Would you like me to roll like a wisdom or an intelligence to see how off I am? There's not really a roll. Let's see. Let me just read the description of teleport to make you feel better.
Well, you really don't have to do that
Okay.
because you know the location well enough to try to cast the spell. You attempt to cast the spell and nothing happens.
God dang it.
Uh-oh.
Wait, did telepathic bond not work?
Telepathic bond worked just fine.
Okay.
I think
But-
it's just another way that says you can't travel the river Styx. Like we can't fly over it, we can't teleport over it.
All right, let's summon a boat then.
Or I guess sounds like we're just gonna wait for the boat to come back.
We're It's got to come back eventually.
And then if it doesn't, we know we were out of leads and we have to go talk to Hades. Tell him what to do to run away.
We need to follow the river Styx somehow along the rocks and figure out how to hog tie his ass. But if I want to disguise us, we can do hold on.
Well, I mean, if you're here's the thing: if your teleporting didn't work, I think we do need to let Hades know, like, hey, we need another way to get up the river Styx.
We need special.
Because we went to because we confronted him and he bolted off and we almost could have gotten dragged into the river when he did. Either that or I do have plane shift.
Illusionary disguise is what I do.
But it's also highly imprecise, and all it would do is just we could go back to the land of the living and be, impaired spirits.
That's what I saw about plane shift too. I'm like, well, we're not in Pathfinder, so like planes doesn't work the same. It wouldn't. It's like picking orc ancestry. I was like, oh, that doesn't make sense.
Also, that didn't consume your spell slot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I mean, it's okay if it does.
Nah.
It just failed to even happen.
Start. So illusionary disguise is only, I think, for me. So you guys are out of luck, but I can totally pretend to look like a shade.
I can look like a nice man with a mustache. You guys, here's some dirt. I guess rub that on yourselves, and here's some fake mustaches.
Well,
you put on this scarf. It's a little jingly, but it's nice.
Well, I said he's got the invisible sphere, right?
Yeah.
I got one too.
How are you looking on time? Because you got.
I mean,
I gotta go to bed soon, so we
Okay.
can stop here and figure out what we need to do to get that fucker.
Do we want to?
We need a swamp boat.
So, do we want to try and head back to Hades and let him know that we
He
need
might be
another
able to-
way?
He might be able to give us permission to get across the river about a little bit better.
Yeah.
I would love to get on a boat that Karen doesn't own, just to chase him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have a boat chase on the river Styx.
Fuck yeah!
That could
I
be
want
fun.
I want it like wide and fat with a giant fan like they have in the Swamp Boys. And Hades like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I need to buy you buggy. A what?
And a banjo. Oh wait, I got summon instrument.
Just confusedly keeps looking back at assistants, just like, are these the
I'm
new
gonna
immortal
sports-
things?
But yeah, head back to Hades and give him the unfortunate news that we confronted the guy who's been
We waited in line again. Because I'm that good.
This is 3 hours later. He got away, Dad. He what?
If you need a minute to think of it, like if you want to come back and think about what Hades might say or do, then
No. So you guys.
Yeah, we basically tell him that we confronted him and he immediately bolted off and splashed the river Styx and almost dragged us into it. So we need another way to get up to travel the river to go after him.
You'll just have to traverse. There's only two ways. There's either taking the path through the zone, like through each place, or the river runs through all of them. But
so if we're gonna have to, we're
you
gonna
can
have
take
to traverse through the levels of Hades.
So he does direct you rather quickly to, instead of going to the left, which is where everybody else is going, to whatever zones they're designated towards.
I thought they were going to the
They're all
right.
going
Sorry, to the right.
Okay, so we're getting directed to the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
You s-
my thing switched over to Hades' perspective since he's at the desk.
oh.
And I was like, instead of like ushering people off to the left, which he just keeps doing over and over again, just like stamp, go,
right, gotcha.
he does point you towards the other direction.
Right.
Because he's like, there's a door that you can take there to go directly into Tartarus and start progressing through there.
Very
which
well.
is the most direct way. And unfortunately, he can't, since you hopefully you'll be running through, so I don't necessarily have time to send word to everybody to sort of make a path. So you might run into some problems, but I'm assuming that one, my own son, and if not, at least 2 others can make it through any sort of problem.
Lifting up my summon
If
warhammer.
I was like, if we put a light on our heads and you just give the word to let the people with the red light going wee woo through, that'll make it better. Wee woo.
That was his whole point. If he can't quite
I
send
know.
word fast enough ahead.
Yeah.
Get out of the
He
way.
doesn't have Mercury here to send message all the way up. So.
Official Hades business. I can just say
Right.
that.
Like-
Just put like a sigil on our
Right.
Official pass through.
Like he will give you a sort of rite of passage, or like a writ of passage.
Uh-huh.
Just so that way anybody that does officially like work for him should recognize that enough, and if it's presented, not kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But there are plenty of things that he doesn't have control of in Hades, and there are even more that he might not have gained word.
Right.
And there's plenty of non-sentient things running around that are just
I feel like when we get
But
to,
Me
at
or my
least our-
kingdom.
I feel like whenever we get up
Yes.
to Karen as a final boss, like he's this old robed man that just suddenly takes off the robe and suddenly becomes 10
like
times
master-
larger.
it's just Master Roshi. Just let me flex.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But that, so he sends you down that door with the little writ that you can give to certain, like, sentient enough things that you know, like, that are seemingly of him.
At least things that can at least get us through like the gates through the levels of of Hades.
Was
I'm
the boat
assuming.
guy in Elden Ring the one that's just and then just drifts through to attack you?
Oh yeah, that guy's great.
There's a guy who's on a canoe, much like just a similar rowing canoe or whatever, mini boss in Elden Ring that just
Where did you put that?
does similar things like what Karen just did in terms of boat goes up, turn, and then he'll just come in and just like
Tidal wave you.
tidal
okay.
wave you or like drift near you to tidal wave you or some other silly shit.
Right.
Or just, take the oar and go, fuck you. And, anyway.
We don't play.